Go ahead, bro.
Hello. Welcome back. This is season 3
Three. Lucky
of
number three. No, that's my favorite number.
Allen Iverson, Dwayne Wade, Chris Paul. Season 3 of Space the Fuck Out.
Yes, we are.
Um, it's been a long time coming, and some things have occurred, so we're gonna touch bases on everything. But before we get into the topics and start discussing what you guys want to know, shout out to all the Smartians who've been with us and supporting us and asking us when are we coming back. Shout out to the new people that may be watching this, and shout out to those who want to have an opportunity or the thought process of can I or am I able to be able to go out and present myself in front of an audience on a podcast. Presented to you by Philly Podcast Space. We had a few sponsors, but because of our sabbatical, we got to get those sponsors back. But for right now, I am the assistant, and this is the Kingpin.
Kingpin.
And we make up the duo of Space the Fuck Out, where you can follow us on YouTube at SDFO 23ENT. Space the Fuck Out 23ENT on YouTube. That is also our handle for Instagram as well as TikTok, I believe.
TikTok, Instagram.
You did Twitter or X, right?
We have Twitter, but we're not active.
Whatever, yeah, we got to get active with that. But with that being said, man, we just appreciate y'all. It's been a very long time coming, and we will discuss a lot of things from music to sports to some current events with the news, to ultimately shout out to New York, Cardi B, Kai Cenat. But first, I just want to give, special thanks to my co-host, the Kingpin, for helping to bring this platform back for us to be able to talk. Shout out to the schools that we work at and the jobs that we have secured that keep us a little financially stable, and ultimately the friends and the people who support us. Me personally, as the close friends that I have, my family, my dad, shout out my pops. Thank you, Jim, Bernadette, for supporting me throughout my hard times and my struggles, and family and friends. That meant a lot to me. Anybody for you?
Um, just honestly, friends, family. Again, a lot has happened. We'll get into more of that, but I want to shout out my friends. The assist, Amira. It's a lot of people. My friend Chris, Tafari, the list goes on. My family, friends, also my students. They make me get up every day to go to work. So, but yeah, that's the overall view of who I want to think right now.
I did forget a few people, so it's so many to name that I don't want to go into details. But
And we
I don't
can't
wanna,
get to everybody.
yeah, and I
That's
don't
the
want to
point.
leave nobody out because of oh, you was being mean or you being shady. So the Travelers Group, the OGs, everybody who we hang out with and travel the world, and y'all know your names. Everybody has amazing personalities.
Oh,
Really
Lord.
quickly, Shotgun Shocklin, from Amira to Taisha to Regina to Comfort to Samia to Champ to Michael to Mumu Siani to Sharam. All of those who travel with us and all of that to support us, to all the little cousins and folks and friends. And shout out to JoJo, my school daughter. It was her birthday today, as well as RJ birthday. Brooke birthday was yesterday. Just everybody. We're just going to give a shout out right now to get everybody out the way. Herm Mackay, everybody, Damir, everybody out the way. Charlie, Shadow, Coco, Luna, everybody out the way, just so that it can be done. And then throughout the course of the season, to which we will have a lot of guests on, a lot of great opportunities for you to see us in different platforms, backgrounds, and everything. We'll discuss that stuff. But
this the man who, at the end of the day, if he get an acceptance speech, he's the one that's going to thank everyone. I'm going to forget. I'm be in the moment. You know who you are. This one, he going to remember everybody's name. I don't got time for that. Y'all are appreciated.
Shout out to the APS school that I work for. I'm not going to say the names because bring too much attention to my school. I wouldn't.
It's crazy because I feel like nowadays we have so much, like we have the YN teacher. We have so many educators now who are influencers in Philadelphia. Also, we have Deke, but he always been influence
Influencer.
I can't even say the word. I don't know what's going on with me today, but
He
yeah.
ain't drunk because Parrot Bay left us.
But yeah, like I'm starting to see a lot of, we're going to be more vocal and more present on social media. But so please follow our Instagram page. So expect to see a lot coming.
All right, so with that, now we're gonna dive into it. We do have some topics as I discussed, but first of all, let's get down to the nitty gritty and to talk. And this time, he's gonna go first. Where have you
Yeah.
been? Just to summarize what's been going on.
Where have you
Cause
been
listen, if y'all ain't
all
noticed,
my
Martians,
life?
look at this. This
Yeah,
nigga. This nigga got a curly top
so
now.
it's crazy. A lot has happened. We talked about a lot. I want to say this though. Y'all remember last season? I've been talking about Coco Jones all last season, and guess what? I actually was able to meet Coco Jones, and she was able to bring me on stage. It was a life changing moment. I was having a bad day that day, um, and I was rushing, and me and the mirror trying to rush, coming from work, going to the concert, and
I ain't want to go. She did my boy Ty Lil wrong, so I was cool.
but I was able to. Coco Jones brought me up on stage. She did a little dance, very professional. She's married. I want to be respectful. I mean, she's engaged now. I want to be very respectful of that. But it was a great experience, and actually one of the dopest albums that came out last year. But besides the Coco Jones, life just been happening, man. As y'all can see, I cut my hair off. Um, a lot of hair, having hair, sometimes you hold a lot of baggage that's going on. And it was time for a new start. I think after the Coco Jones thing, it was just like, yeah, I need to reinvent myself, start all over. I might get braids. I don't know. I'm just, I'm still young, so I'm just trying to get my youthful back. Um, but life has been happening. And recently I just been going to therapy as well, just getting more clarity of who I am as a person and what type of man I want to be in the future. So that's what I've been working on myself. And I think we had to take a step back from this platform because in order to give y'all 100% of ourselves, we have to make sure that we are 100%. So mentally, physically, I've been going to the gym. It's a little bit of muscle right here, but it's gonna get bigger as the months come. Shout out to my trainer, my boy Chris. Definitely been in the gym. So I just been getting back to me, and then taking a step away from dating or anything like that. I'm working on myself. So that is what I'm working on, but I'm proud to be back on this platform with my brother, the assist, um,
Assistant.
the assistant. I'm sorry. So where have you been, man? Like you. Oh, also, can we appreciate?
No.
Not yet. No. Real quick, can we appreciate the assistant's dress game right now? You got the Dior's, the jeans, the jean shorts, the tie. Get into the tie. Y'all gotta see. You got the pink. Overall, the tie is blue with pink polka dots, and then the white dress-up shirt. And guess what? Pink blazer.
With the Cardi B frames.
Oh,
They're Cartier, but they're Cardi B.
He looked like he got money right now. I'm looking like the budget friendly. I don't got no Dior's on, but guess what? Shout out to Whole New Vibe. I love Whole New Vibe. Whole New Vibe actually been looking out. So shout out to him. There was a couple of my orders kind of mixed up, and he gave me a couple free gear. So thank you. Shout out to Whole New Vibe. Again, these are from Boohoo. You know, very cheap, probably like $8, $10. Whole New Vibe shirt, probably like 45. and my Asics. Everybody nowadays wear Asics, but we got the expensive and budget friendly. All right, where have you been, man?
All that nonsense aside, let's be weird about what do Lio say? Why you in my business? No, so for me, he wanted to dumb it down. He didn't really want to get into
I did.
all the nitty gritty, and I'm cool with that. He didn't want to be minuscule when it comes the minutia of his life. I'm cool. I'm about to be an open book, and I'm gonna talk fast, just to go over everything, but I'm gonna talk with a purpose. Realistically, last year I thought I was in a great place, and I thought I was striving, and I was cruising. And then that day in October 24th, it happened, and I was driving to work, trying to get there early because I know that we had a meeting to go to, and I was hit by a septic trolley, totaled my charger. Now, mind you, my charger, my car meant a lot to me. Not having a car is like Batman without Alfred, like Iron Man without Jarvis or Friday, and that was a big issue for me. And it put me into a serious depression. But I tried to smile through it and act like I was okay, but I wasn't. So it took me months in order to get myself together, understanding that I didn't have a car. So I had a rental, then that ran its course, and then going through it with the insurance and all of that, and what's gap insurance and what's not, and just getting the short end of the stick. Thinking if I made the right decision to get my car totaled out or try to get it fixed. So that ultimately led me to doing what I got to do, making a way to survive and get to school, get to work, and do what I got to do. So I never was shy on the civilian aspect of taking public transportation or doing what I got to do. I've always did that. I mean, me and my abuela, we're from New York. White Plains Road is nothing but hills, and we had to walk all the time and catch multiple buses. So I was cool with that. That's a humbling experience. Plus, I do love to walk, to exercise, and get my mind together, so that didn't bother me. So as I'm going through the course with that, I took acceptance of that, and I was cool. Then I was transitioning, but deep down, it hurt me because I wasn't able to go to my safe space. I wasn't able to go to the gym whenever I wanted to, or take a ride, listen to music, and just sit in the car and scream and holler and shout and curse,
Right.
and have candid conversations with God. So, once that ran its course, I was cool. I was cruising. Then came the end of the school year. Some challenging things happened during my school year that made me second guess my role in the school, and I felt as though I wasn't supported. But you know what? I talked to God about it, and I let it go. It frustrates me, and if you know me, I don't let shit go. So if you do something to me or whatever, I'm gonna hold that grudge. But when it came to that job, I had to let it go. So I mean, it still lingers, but it is what it is. So our last day of school was June 13th. June 14th, I made up in my mind that I had to get myself together. So I started going hard 2 a days every day. So the whole month of June, I was killing it, going hard, doing what I was supposed to do. Then July 1st came. July 1st came, I woke up and I could not see out of my eye. So I had to go to the ophthalmologist. When I went to the ophthalmologist, he told me that I was 2 percentile from being blind. Not legally blind, but blind. So I was in the hospital the whole month of July. I had to get multiple situations where I had to get my right eye taken care of. Then I had to have oral surgery and get multiple teeth removed because of decaying from issues. I started thinning out and losing hair, going bald, as the kids say. And it was stressful, weighing down on me big time. But I still tried to work out and get myself together. A lot of pain, a lot of surgeries, and ultimately it led to another depression. But through that depression, I kept to myself. A bright spot was the Philly Midnight Run, to which I did record-breaking times for me to not only walk a mile, but run a mile. So I was hyped for that, and that got me into a space to wanting to keep moving and keep going. And then I decided to do a challenge through the Nike Running Club app. Is run these laps like you run your mouth. So for the whole month of September, it's supposed to be, do 35 miles.
Yeah.
They give you the whole month of September. That was the challenge.
That's when Champ was on your heels, right?
Yeah, and then shout out to Champ, because
Shout
a
out
lot
to
of
Champ.
people was invited, but Champ, who was a 5-star athlete, and he's 6'7" and weighs like 190 pounds and runs like a cheetah, he really pushed me and motivated me to go. It was some days that I would see while I'm at work, he did 7 miles, so I would get pissed off, and I would have to do at least 3.5 miles to, catch up and compete. And I was able to finish for the month early, with some time left. So I'm going to shoot for 50. I'm at about 44 right now. So I'm going to shoot for
That's
50
great.
for the month. But then boom, here came the surgery. Doctor told me that I had to get surgery on both eyes, and I had to have cataract and glaucoma surgery. So on my right eye, I have nothing natural because I have a disease in my eye, to where as though it's not the same as every other person. So my natural cataract is gone, my iris and all of that is all like plastic and man-made. I got to get the same thing on my left eye, and that's coming up shortly, as well as I have to get either dentures at my very young age of being an old nigga in the 40s,
He young.
or I have to get implants. And implants cost money. The school board don't pay for all of that, so I've been
Yeah.
saving up for all of that. So I said all that to say I faced a lot of challenges and went through a lot of depressions, and it made me second guess whether I wanted to do this or not. It was multiple times where he came to me, yo, we gotta get the podcast back, and I was like, yeah, just to shut him up. And then in my head, I was like, I'm not doing that shit, for the simple fact that I wasn't confident enough in myself to understand my worth or feel how I felt to be able to express myself and talk to you guys and sit on this platform. So going through my surgeries and all of that, I spent a lot of time in Delaware with my dad, James, and my mom, Bernadette, and my family, and trying to, rekindle the relationship that I fucked up, that I messed up with them, and building that back up, as well as, ultimately living in fear of the people who I might have hurt or did wrong or turned my back towards, which is a lot of friends that I had in college and everything. So through that time, as much as I was dedicated to get myself together, I was dedicated to the Bible. Every day reading multiple books of the Bible, multiple passages, and I'm going on like 189 days straight of making sure I was dedicated to the Bible and prayers and all that type of stuff. So it helped me to get to where I am today, and I'm comfortable enough to say that I want this season to be better than 1 and 2. And we say that every time coming
We
into it.
say that
Oh, we
every
gonna
time.
shoot
Yeah.
for 10. First one was 8. This last one was like
Six,
6.
six.
No, we're gonna shoot for what we
And
believe in.
I would say our sixth episode was our most viewed episode.
And it was great because we were here at Philly Podcast Space. We
Yes.
had a new
Yes.
background. We had a lot of
Yeah.
things going for us. We did little cap cut videos and all of that type of stuff, and it was great. But this time we're gonna bring a new dynamic for you. Not only our own personal perspectives, because that's like we being
Yeah.
opinionated and it can have a bias to it, but we're not going to do that. We're going to bring other people involved, and there's a
Yeah.
lot of people who do watch our show who may not broadcast it and post it, because I don't care about that. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. If you're a smart, I'm cool with that. But there's a lot of people who say, oh, I need to be on that show for a purpose. And if they're going to make us go a little bit more viral, cool. If we're going to get to go to Streamer
Right.
University, cool. If Kai
Eddie?
see it or Aiden Ross see it or somebody see it, cool. If not, I'm still happy and content because I actually do rewatch my videos multiple times, our videos rather,
Yeah.
multiple times.
I think it's when I'm starting to see and when I'm starting to realize is consistency is key. Rather, I was it's another Philly influencer. I don't remember his name. He has locks now.
Couldn't tell you, bro.
But yeah, he was at like a mall or something. But yeah, he recently just was talking about consistency is key and how how some people out here posting 4 videos a day, but consistency could be 1 video a week or based off how we want it to be. Long as we're consistent and
Putting more content on our
putting more
Instagram,
content
which we
out.
both discussed.
Yes.
Instead of your page is private, my
Yeah.
page is private, but this
And the only reason why I know a lot of people's like, oh, why y'all page are private is private. The reason why
because I don't like people.
I don't like people either. But the reason why our pages are private and space the fuck out is our like main page, and we will start posting content. Like I don't really post pictures on my personal Instagram, but I have students that follow me where I do not want them seeing certain sides of me.
The non-professional
Right,
sides
the non-professional
of him having
side.
fun
Like
and,
if I'm
and being
having
a
fun
human
drinking
being.
and stuff like that, or dancing, I just feel like sometimes, there needs to be boundaries. And I think that's very important. So, our SD FO 23 page ENT page will be our page where we're posting pictures of ourselves. We'll even post during vacation and stuff like that. But we are definitely trying to get more into the content wave.
Going on to other people's Twitch account, other people's streams, health journeys, posting when we at the gym, when I'm running these miles, and
Right.
one of my students who passed away unfortunately from suicide. October 5th, we are going to have a run for him. It's called Run for Gene. So I'm gonna be a part of that, and I'm gonna be on Team Gene from the APS school that I work for. So that's gonna be posted as well as other events like the Men in the Family Thanksgiving football game that's coming up, the
Sorry.
softball game that we have, and just a lot of other things. So, I
Yeah.
mean,
And just
that's
like you talked about your you losing your students to suicide. I lost one of my
right.
students to
Gun violence,
gun
right?
violence, and that like tore me apart. Definitely one of my favorite students, and also um, somebody I had a connection with, especially with the mom, the sister. They like family to me, so that hit me for a long run, and it still hits me to this day. So um, I think last year has been was a very tough year in education. Um, just being an educator is tough. It has its highs, it has its lows, and although my assistant school is more rough than mine's, again, as any educator would tell you, like there are some great days, there are some low days, and the most common thing we always say is it's
What the
not the
fuck?
kids. Yeah, but it's not the kids, it's the what? It's the adults.
Nah, I can't. I can't. I'm not speaking on that. Somebody gonna
Yeah.
get me banned, canceled, fired. I'm not
Well,
speaking on no parents and they.
well,
No comment. You got
well,
that
it's
though.
definitely the parents.
Hey
It's
man.
it's it's a combination of everything, you guys. So it's just like being an educator is tough, um, but all we're trying to do is spread positivity to the youth and show them that not to make dumb not to make the same mistakes over and over again. We're human. We're going to make mistakes, but we have to learn from those mistakes. So when we have those students making the same mistakes over and over and over and over again, and then the parents like, "Oh, you're targeting my child," it's just like
All we trying to do is spread love. That's the
spread
New
love.
York way. Speaking of New York, you know who from New York? Cardi B, right? Bel Khalees.
We'll get to Cardi B.
Well, all right. Enough with the mushy stuff. I mean,
Yes,
you understand.
but we're
We'll talk.
back.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that on the actual page. So follow us. With that being said, let's transition into some entertainment that you guys may or may not want to talk about.
Yeah.
So we can start really quickly with your Philadelphia Eagles, cause you're lucky I ain't wearing my Odell Beckham jersey
Yo,
today.
so so it's crazy. Eddie always talk trash that I don't have jerseys. Prior to this, I didn't have jerseys. I was an Eagles fan, but I just didn't have a jersey, right? Um I bought a jersey last year. I bought another jersey this year. My next
Mm-hmm.
jersey is going to be Saquon Barkley. So I'm just buying them as I go at this point. But Eagles start off very slow. Defense was terrible. And I actually thought we was going to lose that Cowboys game, honestly. Um, but I think even yesterday's game, I felt like it started off slow and then we gained that momentum. Like we saw the it factor after that second half. Shout out to AJ Brown. Um, but yeah, I felt like we're starting to like see the momentum. It is the third game, but next game is definitely I'm definitely anticipating that game because I think we have the same record as the Buccaneers. So 3-0. So we gotta figure out we got somebody's gonna lose, and it's definitely not gonna be us.
Um, and watching it, understanding that they have a new offensive coordinator. So with the new offensive coordinator comes, some kinks that you got to work out.
Right.
And what I do know is this: the greatest player, in my opinion, on the Eagles, Saquon Barkley had an amazing year last year, but the league was salty from that. It was too many highlights in the Super Bowl, and Saquon broke out for 100-yard runs and crazy runs. So the league is saying we're not having that. Damn the tush push. Damn everything else. We're going to load the box up to stop Saquon Barkley. So if their game plan is to stop him, that's what they're doing. Because they don't feel like Jalen can throw. They don't feel like he's a great quarterback. They ranked him very low, which is crazy to me because he's amazing.
So I think, and I had this conversation with one of my coworkers today, and the thing that sets Jalen Hurts away from everybody, because you don't really see quarterbacks constantly making touchdowns, right? And I think that's what sets him apart from everybody, is that he's going to run the ball, right? And he has no problem running the ball. I think with him, he wants to be sure, like if he's throwing the ball, he wants to be sure that he's not throwing an interception. I feel like there's so much pressure on Jalen Hurts to throw the ball, but if he throw the ball and throw interception, it's just going, like, anyway, he's going to be critiqued. He got us this far. It's working. Just like they hate the tush push. They keep doing the same thing over and over again. Yeah. And we're going to keep doing it because it's working.
Well, so, per the league, they're going to ban the tush push because they're saying it's an offsides. And they show when they're doing slow motion with the guards jumping a little bit before, but it's also the defense putting their hand into the neutral zone infraction. So it's a lot that goes on. I just feel like Jalen Hurts is an amazing quarterback. So for him to be able to take over and not allow stupid-ass shotgun run plays, halfback dives where they're loading up the box, Saquon can't get busy with that. Throw the ball. Run these slants to Devontae. Run these outs to A.J. Brown to get it going. And once you do that, and make some aggressive plays going downfield. You did that yesterday, and they got the ball rolling. And I kept saying when I was watching this game, I wouldn't run right here. I would throw the ball until the safeties in that secondary get so worked down that then they screaming at the linebackers, and the linebackers got to shift back.
Right.
So they don't have the box loaded up. And then do a play action, do a RPO. Then once you faked Saquon, he then was flying over one defender, and he started to get a little bit busy, but they was aggressive. A.J. Brown is the second best player. 1K always open is a monster. He's strong as hell. Nobody could stop him. Goddard got a touchdown. Devontae got busy. A.J. got busy. And listen, that defense, when they need to step up, they step up. They go slow, but then when they need to step up, they step up. And Nakua is a great player, and he was busting ass yesterday. But number 90, I believe his name is Davis, that plays next to Carter, that boy is the defensive player of the month. 2 blocked field goals. He picked it up, and he ran it back, and he hawked down Stafford in the first half when Stafford could have gained a first down that could have led to a potential touchdown, but only led to a field goal. So Eagles doing what they got to do. They're about to play the Buccaneers, which is Baker Mayfield, which I have him in my current top 5 quarterbacks, and Baker walks down and game-winning drives and everything. So this is going to be a great game because the Buccaneers defense is crazy.
I know.
But I'm calling it right now. Saquon is going to have a breakout game. Jalen Hurts is going to have a monster game, and then they're going to shut people up because no matter what, a win is a win, and they're getting it done, and they're on to the next. The same way they blocked that field goal and ran it back. Jalen Hurts ain't had no facial expression because his mindset is on bigger things. Like you said, he's all about his poise. He don't care about
was another critique
the stats
that a lot of people have, is that they don't see Jalen Hurts having fun, right? And I think the thing is, because I do feel like the Eagles, although the Eagles won the Super Bowl, we're still the underdogs because we are the most critiqued team to me. Like in terms of like the coach, they were critiquing the coach. He was on terms of getting fired and things like that. It's just like I just feel like anything Jalen does, I'm not gonna lie. As a fan, I do want to see him have a little fun, but I think this is part of his persona, right? We see him always serious, and I'm sure, like when he goes home to his family, he's just like the most chill person, right? But due to all the critiques, he's always gonna have a game face on,
and that's a good thing to me. I feel like he has to be that leader. He has to be that stone cold person to get where he
I got acid reflux, so that's just why I'm
to personally get where he wants to achieve. And that achievement can be more than one Super Bowl, to claim that he's not a one-hit wonder and everything. I feel like with the Ninja Turtles, Leonardo was always serious and didn't have fun because he was the leader. Mm-hmm. You know, when it comes to certain things, Leonidas in 300, he didn't have fun. He has a job to do, and
Right.
the quarterback gets critiqued for everything. That's the number one person. Like the movie Him, as we discussed. I mean, and we could talk about that, but we could wait till the next one for him. But
Yeah.
quarterback is the number one person. Everybody gonna cheer for you and love you and all of that. But when you lose, they gonna point the finger at you first because you are the leader and the captain. So would he need to be jumping and hollering and smiling
That's,
for on the sideline when he need to get the job done?
I.
He got the W. Got the W.
That's true.
W's for the chat. Shout out to the chat.
Absolutely. W.
Shout out to the chat. The travel game. W's in the chat.
I do want to touch on him though because I don't want to wait.
And by him, he's referring to me. I am him. Not the Jordan Peele produced movie by Justin Tippin with Marlon Wayans.
We actually went to go see
Homeboy.
the movie Him.
Yeah.
I thought it was actually a good movie. It talks about basically the quarterback being the main person, right? And leading their team, but it also discusses the trauma, the sacrifices a quarterback has to go to, the pressures to be the best, what it takes to be the best. Selling your soul. It had a lot of
to the devil. Selling your soul
well,
to the devil.
and Illuminati references. I thought in a concussion, like what a concussion could do, it makes you. I thought it was a good film because it showed a different light. To me, it showed a different light to what in a sense of Aaron Hernandez, right? We know he was a murderer, but we know that due to the concussions, it kind of made his brain much more damaged in how he think as an individual. And I think the movie touched on that a little bit. And we saw that the main character, he had to make some sacrifices as well. But ultimately, the ending, I don't want to give y'all the ending in case y'all didn't see the film, but he makes a choice. Is you're gonna cherish your values or you're gonna go the other way?
For me, I didn't give it a grade. I normally grade movies.
Yeah.
I didn't give it a grade because I do want to view it again just to, try to dive deep into it. But for the artistry, for the different concepts and the visual aspect, it was great. It was something different. Marlon Wayans played a hell of a role.
Yes, he
did.
did.
Does deserve his roses. He does deserve those gold plaques for that because he showed you he's not the goofball. This is not White Chicks. This is not Little Man. This is not Scary Movie. This is not In Living Color.
It's been in the game for over 20 years.
Right. So he showed you a different aspect of it. And that was amazing because he took on the persona of what it feels like to be in that star role as a fading superstar with somebody else trying to take your position.
Right.
It made me think about Michael Jordan. It made me think about Tom Brady. And it made me think about, I didn't think about LeBron James because I didn't feel like he got there yet. But those two in particular, Michael Jordan and Tom Brady, especially with the ring aspect where you see Marlon Wayans got 8 championships. Jordan with all his rings, with the picture on his face, and Tom Brady with his rings or whatever, just to show the GOAT aspect. And we all know who my personal GOAT is. That's LeBron. But it showed me a lot of views on what's the sacrifice you're willing to make if you're willing to give up and put your family behind football or whatever sport you're in, if you're willing to put God behind whatever sport you're in, and the things that can be offered to you in order to sell your soul. And a lot of people will a million times over take the money and the fame and
sell their soul.
Exactly, sell their soul and kick their families to the back end. And I mean, it showed that aspect, but ultimately you have to make a choice. And once making a choice, if you're true to your values and true to the people that you love, then you're willing to give it up in order to get more. So sacrifice on both ends, a positive sacrifice and a negative sacrifice. But it wasn't a Jordan Peele's movie. He helped produce it.
Yes.
That's like saying you got Benny Boone directing the music video, but then you had M. Night Shyamalan just on set taking pictures, and they say, "Was it M. Night Shyamalan?" No, it's not.
Yeah,
it's not 100% Jordan Peele. But hey, it was a great movie. Go see it. I supported Marlon Wayans. I supported the other guy, and I forgot his name, but it was good. I really not sure when I want to go see it again to critique it because I didn't want to see it in the first place. I told you better hope I don't fall asleep because it really didn't give me something like it's football, but whatever the case may be. Shout out to him. Shout out to Marlon.
And talk about sacrifices. To our next topic, or not sacrifices, murder.
A sacrifice of life.
Yeah, sacrifice of
But
life.
you know more about this topic, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you go into it. I'm gonna just give my personal opinion.
Yeah. So we have a probably R&B alternate, singer. His name is David. So a couple weeks ago, his Tesla was abandoned, and you know, it was impounded. They came, took the truck, but a lot of people were talking about the foul smell that was in the Tesla. So eventually, they opened the front trunk of the Tesla, and saw like multiple bags with body parts in it. Come to find out, it was a 15-year-old that was missing. That went missing a year ago. That was found in the artist David's trunk. He is Since then he has been cooperating with the police. And also, if I'm not mistaken, he canceled his tour. Now, there has been multiple videos that have been popping up with him and this 15-year-old girl. Multiple videos. They had the same tattoo where they say "shh" on the finger. And he has a song called "Romantic Homicide." Now, granted, this is my first time hearing the song, and I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was a sad but dope song. But then that song came out 3 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
That song came out 3 years ago, but he talks about like being in love and murdering someone he loved if he did it. In the back of his mind, he admitted it. And then he has this girl that's on the bed with like curly hair that has blood coming out from her stomach. So I don't know. It's a possibility that the girl got stabbed. I don't understand how, if I'm not mistaken, this happened in, the Tesla was found in LA, but I don't understand how this case is not closed, right? I'm hearing Tesla has cameras all around the car. And I'm also hearing that, like, I just don't understand how this case is not closed by now. Like, when all the evidence is pointing to him, I'm not saying he's guilty or anything, but it is kind of suspicious that a year ago, and also there was a teacher that was teaching a class who he said the girl was his student and she dated the artist David. She went missing, came back and went missing. So this girl been missing for over a year, and the body just shows up, decomposed, in a Tesla.
I got 3 views on this.
What's your 3 views?
1, cue Uncle Ruckus from the Boondock. That nigga guilty. 2, Tesla is a computerized car and all of that. It's supposed to have all of that, but just like computers, they could be hacked. So if you want to be diabolical, you can figure out some ways to mess it up and mess up the mainframe where it still can operate as a car, but is limited. And 3 is like the movie Basic Instinct, Michael Douglas. I'm having a mental fart right now, but it's not Kim. I forgot who played the killer.
Think you the shit, bitch. You're not even a fart. That came to my head when you said fart. My fault.
Oh, okay. Shout out to another Bronx native, Ice Spice, woo, Ice Spice, woo. But no,
Ice Spice.
And Basic Instinct, the killer wrote books. And everybody who she wrote a book about, she was actually dating. And then the book is taking step by step, like, hey, I'm dating this cop right now. He think he's on the run, and I'm going to kill him. And then she was going to kill him in the movie. You got to watch Basic Instinct to understand that reference. But that's how I feel. Wow. He did it. I'm sorry. It's too many things that's going along that's saying that he did with, the Tesla and the matching tattoos. Right. And y'all dated, and y'all got videos.
What's taking so... This has been over a month.
Like, right, because they can't just put somebody to just automatically assume.
Man,
so
I'm telling you, there's been multiple cases where there's not plenty of evidence, but the evidence is I don't know, it just seemed a little weird.
I mean, they do. So hopefully they figure out. But like I said, you've been looking into that. I didn't even know this person was a music artist. I didn't
Yeah,
know nothing about this until you mentioned it, and it's a messed up situation.
it
So
is.
my thing on this is be mindful who you laugh and you joke when you talk with. Be careful. At least checking with some people to give them your whereabouts. And God forbid you come across a situation where your friend might give signals saying, "Hey, I'm in a situation. It looked kind of scary. Nothing wrong with talking." All the kids say, "Oh, you snitching, you biting that cheese." You damn right if it's gonna save a life. David, if you're not guilty, brother, it's a lot of prayer that you need. If you are, brother, it's a lot of prayer that you need. But let God do that judgment, not me.
20-year-old also messing with a minor. That was another thing.
Chill, chill, chill. Don't even go into that.
Minor.
Nobody care about Kendrick. Chat. W's in the chat. Travel gang. Shout out to the gang.
Minor. All right. Did you watch the Dame Dash video?
Me being from New York,
Yo.
Dame Dash.
Oh my God.
I hope he watches this show because the hypocrisy that came from that. We're not gonna discuss Charlemagne the God. Shout out to Charlemagne the God.
Shout out to Charlemagne.
Charlemagne, no matter what people say about you, you keep your cool, and I respect you for that. And you have a huge platform. The Breakfast Club is one of the most amazing talk shows that you could be on. And Charlemagne, you are funny. I look forward to the trolling that went on and took place. And Damon
Absolutely.
Dash, I'm just gonna say, for your family office, do good, brother. Keep excelling and taking care of your family, and that's all the main thing that's important. If that's for you, it is what it is. What's for everybody is not for you, and what's for you is not for everybody. Dame Dash said a whole bunch of stuff.
A whole bunch of nothing.
I did my research and all of that type of stuff, and from what the internet says, but he says we can't go on the internet because technically we are females right now.
Yeah, we're females.
Chatty patties,
Yes.
and we're doing gay stuff and all of that because we're talking about other people's stuff. But he did the same thing. But I saw a million TikTok and Instagram videos about, Jay-Z knew what R. Kelly was doing. All right, Damon. So you came up there with homeboy with the cream suit and all of that type of stuff.
And you could tell Charlemagne was getting to him.
Yes.
Because the first thing he did was said Charlemagne was gay. So
then he tried to grip him
yeah.
up.
So this is my thing. He said he doesn't like being interrupted. He interrupted multiple people as he was talking. He said it's not real if it's not on deadline. But there was if it wasn't real, then we did not see him being elected the CEO of Revolt. But we didn't see that on deadline.
And they ain't have it.
So, he was contradicting himself a lot. And I just felt like Dame Dash is one of those guys that wants to be right and does not want help at all. He also just, released he's suing Cameron for $300 million. It's laughable. He's suing Cameron for $300 million. So Cameron's saying this beef happened because at the time his share of Reasonable Doubt was selling. He owed like $800,000.
Who?
Right.
Damon.
Dame Dash. He owed like for taxes at that time. So he had to sell one of his shares or whatever it was. And Cameron offered him $1 million, right? They said, all right, we'll buy the shares. Now, Jay-Z offered him $1.5 million, right? He didn't take it.
Being butthurt.
Yes. Ego. Mace and Cam offered him $1 million. He didn't take it. The person that offered him the most money was NBA YoungBoy. Offered him $2 million. He didn't take it. He said he was getting offers for up to $6 million. He then 3-4 weeks later, he then called Cameron back and said, hey, it's an offer on the table. They said, hell no. He got upset. So also, Cam also mentioned that, hey, let's help produce your movies. We'll be like executive producer. He didn't want that. The reason why I felt like Cameron, I'm at Dame Dash is always in these situations when it comes to money, is because he always want to front the bill. He doesn't want any help. He doesn't want any support. He doesn't want any investors. And my thing is, fronting your money all the time, yeah, you're going to end up broke because you're not getting the investment back. When you're working with a team of people, whether that's media, whether that's promotion, it's a whole bunch of people that could bring things to the table where you're putting less money and then gaining much more than what you put in. He don't believe in that. He believes in doing things by himself. He wants to do everything by himself so he could get the credit rather than giving the whole team the credit.
Oh, because that's what he damn sure said. But you didn't know when I did this, and how's somebody supposed to know that?
And then turn around and says, I got a bigger house than you.
Exactly.
Who says that?
My view is better than yours. But you want all of this recognition for something, but that's not attention seeking. Whatever, Dame. Like I told you, when I watched it, and you didn't have me watch it. You didn't force me to watch it, but you put it on, and I watched it, and I'm like, man, listen, it was comical. I felt like he wanted his Soulja Boy moment. Soulja Boy's was wholehearted though. Drake. Soulja Boy, is Soulja Boy. Dame is Dame, and he went on his rant.
Yeah.
And then now, how you suing somebody for $300 million? Then he had the analogy, and nobody could prove me wrong or nothing. If a billionaire, mind you, keyword, a billionaire, which means you have billions. You're close to having $1 billion.
Right.
If a billionaire took out a loan for $130 million,
right,
who's richer? The billionaire who owns $130 or the person who doesn't own any debt and doesn't have any loans? The billionaire, because the nigga's still a billionaire.
Right.
He took out a loan for $130 million when he could easily just pay that off, and he still have
right
800
and he said rich billionaires do not take out loans. That's false.
Oh, they use lines of credit and all that type of stuff.
Lines of credit is still like a loan. A line of credit is still like a loan. You still got to pay it back. So loans, credit, line of credit, they all do. Even Jay-Z and Beyonce take out loans. It's nothing out of the ordinary.
God bless that man.
Yeah. So
yeah. Whatever.
Dame Dash,
now he's suing Cameron. Yeah, that's gonna be
good luck getting that $300 million.
He ain't getting that.
You paying all that money for attorney fees. Just man.
Listen, let me give you some word of advice from one of the queens of New York who just was on trial for somebody trying to sue her for $25 million. The lawyer said, "Are you trying to say that she's bigger than you? That she has more weight than you?" And I mean, what did Cardi do? I mean, look at her. She's big. I'm 130 pounds. Shout out to Cardi, who got the best album out right now. Am I the drama? Yes, you are. But guess what? Out of the 23 songs that's on there, I probably don't like 4.
Listen,
them noise is hitting. I don't care what nobody say. I listen to
he's
that
also
album
a Cardi B fan.
Because I'm from the Bronx, and you damn right I'm a Cardi B fan. Listen,
constructive criticism.
Constructively criticizing that album, it's all that. I like the notions that she takes from old school songs, the Janet Jackson Principle, the joint with Lizzo. I like the song with Kehlani. It made me a Kehlani fan because Kehlani could sing her ass off, especially on Safe. Cash Cobain, he from New York. You know how I feel about Cash Cobain. The joint with Man of Your Word.
Man of Your Word is definitely
Bodega Baddie. Yes, Kai Cenat, Talil, please put that song on and start dancing to that.
They're not.
Bodega Baddie is an amazing song. It's a lot of songs. Trophies is all of that. Hello, that joint is all of that.
It's me. Hello,
it's a lot of songs. I be rocking that joint. I listen to that album multiple times.
So
it's a great listen for sure. I just don't care for pretty and petty, and that's what you like to talk about. Bia, I'm not giving her no recognition.
So
Diarrhea Bia, shitty.
You like
that's
that
why
song.
she said that.
No, I think the worst song on there is
Check Please.
Check Please.
Cardi, don't ever do that again.
That should never even be on the album because it made it just.
That showed your true writing skills.
It showed that
Cardi, don't ever do that again. But am I the drama?
So
that shit.
Dead, Hello, Magnet is definitely my favorite record on there. Um, it's funny because I told you like Pick It Up is actually a cool song.
And that's with Selena.
Selena Gomez. It
Yeah.
also sounds like Ariana Grande. The record with Tyler, Nice Guy. It
On My
sounds like
Back is all that.
it sounds like Tyler. It sounds like Rihanna.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was
Shower Tears, my shit.
I thought it was a okay album. I do give it like 6.5, 7 out of 10.
Ooh, you disrespectful.
I I just felt like 8 years.
Well worth the wait for
It
me.
wasn't worth the wait for 8 years. It's like, but I'm glad that she put the project out, and you know
Killing You Hoes. Love it.
yeah. But Magnet, I definitely think Magnet
your
should
shit.
be a single. And I know she's pregnant right now. She also going on tour. So you never know. Cardi might give us the tickets. You know, I'm not really. I'll go on the tour.
Shout out to
I,
that.
I really want to interview you because I saw you on a podcast, Cardi, talking about you don't want to be where you're not going to be on podcasts or anything that people don't like you. I'm a objective fan.
He's a Nicki fan, Cardi. He's lying. We could talk about the Bronx. We could talk about
he's
New York
a Cardi
stuff.
fan. And guess what? I'm still I would never like if you were right here, I would not disrespect you. I would ask you some valid questions. So yes, I would love for you to come on Space the Fuck Out and we could talk. We could have a conversation. And I would not be messy. I won't be messy.
See, that's the problem. He worried about the wrong things, Cardi.
I think
I just
hold
want to
on.
appreciate you.
I do
Belcalis.
hold on. I do feel like the biggest critique I have is I also feel like at the end of the day there is competition, and whether Cardi wants to recognize this or not, you know, her album being $4.99, which is I'm not downplaying it. Anybody with a $4.99 album, $4.99 or $11.99 album, if people were to buy, I'm gonna buy the cheaper one, right? So Cardi is definitely trying to beat those Nicki numbers, and more power to her. She's a businesswoman, and it's a smart, strategic
Marketing.
But in my thing, you know, in the words of Nicki, she said the only way you could beat her is to cheat. So if the, you know, and granted,
Is it cheating or smart?
did Nicki have her album on digital, not on digital platforms, but on her website? Was it $5? Yes. So I'm not gonna. I can't just say but to have it on iTunes, like Nicki at least had her shit on iTunes for, I think it was like now it's $11.99, but it was higher, like a 15, right? So I think I look at things a little differently when it comes to that way. Like if an album is $5.99, I think more people will be able to buy your album. But granted, very strategic, and of course, and also I want to say, second album, fifth album, we're not like.
Once again, I thought we was discussing Cardi B, not Onika, who I ain't heard from in a long time. This is not about Onika, and he bringing her in. Cardi, don't come on the show because he gonna piss you off, and you gonna throw an ice bottle at his ass because he bringing up.
And
Onika.
guess what? I'm a sue. I'm a sue.
Yeah, he'll sue. He will. He one of them. Second album, fifth album. Let's appreciate and
I said it's a solid album. I said 6.5,
yeah,
7.
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
That's not bad.
Now this nigga think he the boy from Instagram going to taste chicken wings all over. I give it a get out of here. This nigga never had a hot wing in his life before. Now all of a sudden he just make his own barbecue sauce.
All right, all right.
Am I the drama?
7 out of 10.
I mean, brother, you can put it at whatever you want. Your opinion is your opinion. I don't care. Listen, you're not
Wasn't
just.
you last week saying,
I said,
I don't care about
no,
the
I
album because
said
it's
Cardi
taking
B.
too long?
I said Cardi B was pissing me off. Cardi B has problems speaking English. I said Cardi B, if she
Oh.
don't have Lauryn Hill, helping her or in her corner, yeah, that's like Creed without Rocky. I did say all of that, and then guess what? She proved me wrong.
Okay.
And she came out with this album, and I listened, and then I listened just to listen to see the beats and all that. What I was
If it
feeling.
was
Then I
15
listened.
songs, I think it would have been
I'm
fine.
happy with the 20. Well, you ain't had to put Up on there. You ain't had to put WAP on there. You ain't had to put Outside on there. I didn't care about them. So I just say it's 20 songs. But when I actually listen to her words and her wordplay and all that, I said, yeah, that's Cardi right there. Of course, that's Cardi. Jesus Peace headbutting me. You're a little too far. You went too far with that pause, Cardi. But then there's some stuff I said, oh, she said some stuff on that. Take me anywhere, just don't take me for granted, and all of that.
Man of Your Word is definitely like the most vulnerable.
That's a great
Be Careful
song.
was vulnerable, but I think Man of Your Word is definitely the
Exactly.
most.
Yeah. Be Careful was amazing.
Yeah.
But Man in the Word took you to the top.
It took you that.
Showed a different side.
I
Cardi.
do want to see like the one with Kalani is definitely a great
Safe.
single.
Amazing.
I do want to give Summer Walker some credit because
Yes, made me a
her
fan.
on these hooks was crazy. That
Made me a
the
fan.
intro
Dead.
is definitely she go hard. So Cardi, congratulations on your second album.
Cardi,
Even though,
I'm gonna give it a B plus for Bel Khalees because listen.
B plus for Bel Khalees.
Yep, I'm still rocking that joint. I'm still listening, and there's so many songs that I listen to now. Like, yo, she said some crazy lyrics, or like the principle. I love Janet Jackson, and it's no way that you could tell me that you didn't give me that vibe. I could see you in a Janet Jackson outfit doing the video. Shout out to the wide receiver who got you pregnant, Stefan Diggs, and shout out to his 2 other baby mamas who got kids the same age. So that boy just out here.
I hear he got 2 more on the way.
Like he do from the 2, and they not even arguing. So hey, Bel Khalees, do what you got to do, sister. Shout out to Hennessy. And all
I do. I would have the conversation if she was here about on the record Magnet she was dissing JT. We all
and
know.
Little Uzi.
And
Damn
Uzi.
right, Cardi.
Uzi never said anything. So, but I get it. Like it's girl shit. So you gonna bust your shots. It is what it is. And I think that's the thing we like about music. The shots.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it in the music. We don't need the whole going back and forth on Twitter stuff. But the shots that she was throwing some shots at JT. Even the Rick Owens, because we know like JT just wore a lot of Rick Owens. Like that was her main thing. She disrespect Uzi with the dildo and
Hey,
that was
hey, brother. I know. I mean, I know you
Bia.
mentioned it. Bia.
Whew, I ain't gonna lie.
Diarrhea Bia.
I ain't gonna lie, Bia, you gotta come back. Cause if you don't come back, man, like
Yeah, see, that's the problem.
keep it in the music.
He worried about Bia coming back. Who is Bia? Couldn't tell you. I don't care. Listen, I appreciate.
Name 5 Bia songs.
Couldn't tell you.
Bop.
Never heard of it.
I have, but can I name 5 off the rip? Probably not. I'm sorry.
Chat GBT can.
But yeah.
All jokes, I wouldn't even want to interview Cardi. Because all I'm going to do is sit there laughing. I'm not going to stay there. I'm going to be staring at her. I'm going to be laughing at her. I don't care about Stefan Diggs. I don't care about Offset. Offset, Let the Bodies Hit the Floor. That's you put me on that song from Offset. That's a great song. And of course, great beat and all of that. Offset and the boy who be rapping with him. Who the boy?
Jid.
He tough or whatever. But
I'm telling you.
I don't want to hear about all this stuff, so I wouldn't want to interview her. I wouldn't. She could go out
We
there. I
don't-
don't want to
we
see her
don't-
dancing and all that.
I don't want to talk
Cardi.
about her relationship. I want to just talk about music.
Do you really want to talk about that? Do you would you want her to freestyle? I don't.
No.
Because you're gonna have the caricatures and all of that coming out. No,
I don't want her to freestyle. I'm talking about music in general. Are we gonna wait another 8 years?
Hey,
Or
I do for Justin Timberlake, so I'm gonna do it for Cardi.
Justin Timberlake has multiple albums.
Okay, and he waits 8 years. So
No, he doesn't wait 8 years. He just
JT go probably 5 years in between. Do the research.
we can do the
listen.
research right here.
No, I'm not going on my phone. It's the show. My
The-
dad Choco called
No,
me, and
but
I didn't
we-
even answer that.
But guess what? We pulling up facts.
Okay, well go ahead, pull up your facilities while he looks at his phone.
So I got it right here, sir.
All right, so go ahead, just do the
So-
numbers and get it together.
Justin Timberlake, 2002.
Well,
he used
name the albums.
Justified.
Justify, amazing song. Cry Me a River. In case you didn't know what that
2002.
was. 2002. All right.
Future Sex Love Sounds.
Future Sex Love Sounds. I was in college. Go ahead. My
2006.
junior year.
That's
Okay,
4
4
years.
years. Okay. And it came out at the end of it in the third quarter. So pushing 5.
Ooh, I didn't know this.
What?
Okay, you talk your shit.
Yeah, I know. Keep going.
All right.
Keep going.
All right. So
What was the next one?
2020 Experience.
Oh wait, Future Sex Love Songs had the song End of Time with Beyonce, just in case you need to know.
Sexy Back was my shit. My Love was my shit with Ti.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. That album to me, whew, hands down, one of the best.
What's the next album?
2020 Experience.
with
Suit and
Jay-Z?
Tie.
Suit and Tie, Jay-Z.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That
Mirrors.
Mirrors.
One of the greatest videos. Go ahead. What was that? What time was that?
2013. So that's 7 years.
Ooh, 7. So
Ooh,
it went from
you
4. Okay. Keep
Okay.
going.
Man of the Woods. That's 2018. So 5.
All right. See, Man in the Woods. It had some songs on there, but that's
I-
when I started to fade away.
And the crazy thing, this last album, I didn't even know he dropped this album.
Me neither.
Oh shoot!
Because Man in the Woods came out, and I'm sorry,
was-
Justin, I'm gonna be honest. I stopped listening to you because you was on Trolls, one of the greatest movies ever. So I was worrying about
Everything I
listening
thought
to
it
that.
was. I never even heard that album.
Me neither, Justin.
And that came out 2024.
Yeah, that's even worse. You said 2017, 18 for Man in the Woods.
Yeah, and then 2024.
Oh yeah, so 6, 7, 6. Oh,
I-
6, 7.
6, 7. Yo,
Stupid
oh my
ass
god!
kids. Ugh.
And you already know. So this week, one of the students comes to my office. Well, I think I'm on the phone with Amir because we trying to get this trip situated. We also going to DR.
Don't talk about that.
We're going to we're going to DR in March. But I was on the phone with Amir at the time. And the kid comes up and said, "Mr. Young, somebody wrote 6, 7 all over the wall." I'm like, I told the kid, "You did it. I know you did it." He's like, "No, I didn't do it." I always try to get the kids to break. So they so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go down there. When I say I go in the bathroom, soon as you walk in the boys' bathroom, it's a big 6, 7. Then it's 6, 7 near the mirror. Then somebody hops on the stall where it's a platform where the urinals are. Is a platform right above the urinals. They hopped on that urinal, put 6, 7 all over. I'm like, dog, 6, 7, 6, 7. Like, that's like the new thing.
I'm tired of it. I don't care for
Yeah.
it.
8, 9, 10, 11.
I don't know. Just stop annoying me, please.
Yo.
Go to class. Get out the hallways. Take the hoodies off. Take the cracks off. Listen.
So we
Damn.
have this my school, we have this new policy. We have a demerit system. It's actually working very well.
not for my
We don't do hoodies in the classroom anymore. No eating in the classroom. No
Kick them out the classroom. Hey, kick them out the classroom. That's
Oh,
what our
that's-
teachers do when they not supposed to. Our teachers do that all the time.
Guess
PD,
what?
do not kick a kid out in the classroom. Don't have him in the hallways. Climbing is not supposed to babysit. Talk to him, redirect them,
And
call
put
their
him back in the
parents,
class.
and put him in the class and
Right.
go about your lesson. Not kick him
Yeah.
out and say, "Oh, I'm gonna talk to you in the hallway," so they can run the hallways and go into other people's classroom. Please stop doing that.
It's
But they don't.
one of my
they don't.
friends in Maryland. Shout out to
Mo?
No.
No.
Oh
No,
my God!
no.
Stop!
Not Edward, the Mexican.
Not Eddie yet. I'm gonna get to Eddie. Nelson. Shout out to Nelson. Nelson, me and Nelson had this conversation about him. His kid was in private school last time I saw Nelson. And Nelson was like, "Yeah, my kid gonna be in private school because these public schools, these kids knowing a lot too fast, right? He want to be able to teach his son certain things. I recently went to Maryland. Um, it was a 2 year hiatus from Maryland. I just had to get myself together. But yeah, I went to Maryland. Come to find out his son is in public school. And he said he love it. He loves it. He come. I ain't gonna say what he said because I don't wanna. I don't want to get him canceled. Um, but his son loves public school. Like when you're in a good neighborhood, public schools are a little different. When you're in urban neighborhoods, whoo, different breed. But
There you go. There you go.
yo,
Choking and hacking and shit.
it's really I really have acid reflux. I really had to take medication for it, and it's destroying me right now. But all in all, teach. It's important to be in your children's life. All right, I'm sorry.
But we don't got no more beverage
I
left.
don't.
Damn.
don't. It's important to teach, be in your children's life because it's very important just to be able to teach your children the fundamentals. Again, your children are going to have questions about certain things, but it's important as a parent to guide them in the right direction and teach your children. We are not there to teach your children about anything on the internet. I'm being honest. We're not teaching them about um, Charlie Kirk. We're not teaching them about anything regarding politics. We're not teaching them anything regarding sexuality. It is the parent's job to teach. Now, there are sometimes questions might occur. You give children maybe a brief synopsis and tell them to ask their parents. Again, it's not the educator's space to job to tell them about anything regarding politics. It's not our job. So recently we had a situation where in the schoolyard, and I know it wasn't our kids because it was like certain words up there and paragraphs up there, but people would put, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk, and they put like these messages, we love you, Charlie Kirk. Now there was a big uproar about it because it was all written in chalk, right? And it had to happen sometime after school. Um, so, there was some outrage, and parents thought like we should have conversations with the kids, but it is not our job to talk to kids about anything regarding politics. Um, it is important as a parent to discuss those things with your children, but we shy away from those things. And as teachers, I always tell teachers it's our job to eliminate our personal views on anything. Um, I might discuss certain things regarding politics or whatever with teachers, but I would not discuss any of those things with children. Um, Again, I'm all about spreading love, and at the end of the day, I'm not here to deem anybody or cause harm or praise hate to anybody, but I think it's very important for parents to teach and educate their children about certain things because as educators we cannot do that. And I know that there are a lot of parents who are like, oh, that's your job to educate them. It's not our job to educate kids on policies or um politics or religion or sexuality. It's not our job. And it's actually we all could get in trouble for it. So I just want to put that out there because I think parents think that's our our job to do.
I feel like it's a slippery slope. I'm not gonna speak on bigotry. I'm not gonna speak on hidden racism. I'm not gonna speak on something that can compel others to think about, can I cross the line? Can I not cross the line and use it as an excuse or a mask? I don't care for that type of stuff. Rest in peace to that person.
Right.
Let God judge him and do all of that type of stuff. In regards to parents and the education aspect and The slippery slope comes in when a parent says, "Don't tell me how to be a parent. You're not a parent. This is not your child. I know my child." You absolutely right. You know your child when they're at home, when they're under your supervision, when
Right.
they're in your care. When they come into my care, when they walk through my doors, the what I call it? I don't know. Every morning I say when we do a morning arrival, hey, come into the something of I don't know. I'll figure it out next time
Yeah.
and tell y'all what I say. But when they come into the school, the threshold, when they cross the threshold of education, when they come into the school, they act a certain type of way. I was talking with a parent and I'm telling them everything that the kid said, and excuse my language, but the kid told me I'm de-eating and I'm glazing him. Mind you, I just met this kid. This is the first month of school. Never saw him a day in my life because I'm telling him to sit down and not walk across the tables in the cafeteria. Do you walk like that at home? Don't do that here. You de-eating me, you glazing me too much. You need to chill. I just start laughing. Okay. Dad, I never said that. What? Oh, well, let me go get the proof and all that. Let me show this video. No, 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 no. I said it 2 weeks ago. Kids lie. But if that's what you condone and that's what you allow in your household, I'm perfectly fine with
Yeah.
that. But don't come to me and say, well, what are the next things? How can you help my child? Because I don't want to get a phone call every 25 minutes because my child is doing A, B, and C. Well,
Right.
this might not be the best fit for your child. But I'm trying to be here. I'm trying to talk to. I'm trying to be that figure in your child's life to help them see that they can strive for more. If you don't want that, I'm perfectly fine with putting my hands up and saying I'm cool. Because guess what? I'm not arguing with no parents. I'm not getting belittled. I'm not getting threatened. I'm not getting disrespected by
But
no parents. Because at the end of the day, I am a human too. And you do not know my
right.
traumas. And I'm not putting myself into a situation where I'm going to be sitting at home contemplating if I
That's
want to be at that job anymore or
right.
deal with this situation. I do love my job, but sometimes it pushes me across the edge when I don't feel supported. And it has happened a lot. But guess what? It's cool.
Right.
I ain't get my $1 billion win with the Powerball, but I'm gonna get
Right.
something coming soon.
Right.
So
Amen.
y'all gonna see me.
Um.
Shout out to Cardi B and the drama. I can't wait to listen to that song anyway.
um.
And we off of school tomorrow. Shout out to
Yeah.
Rosh Hashanah.
Yes.
Right? That's
Yes.
what it
Yes.
is. It don't
Yes.
matter. Shout out to this Tuesday. We been on. I'm hitting the gym. I'm hitting the track.
So it's
Woo-hoo.
crazy because we do
Cannot
have
wait.
tomorrow off. I do have to work tonight. I do have some homework that's due.
This nigga crazy.
But look, I got money to make, and we got
And I
trips.
got money to blow. Shout out to Drake.
I got
Lil
money
Wayne.
to blow. Oh.
And
Oh.
Birdman.
Yeah. Yeah. On the second note, I just want to piggyback off of Gary, and then we just gonna.
Whoa, brother. We don't say first names. Eric.
Oh.
Come on, brother.
Oh.
You trying to get me shot.
Oh damn.
Now every student gonna know my first name. Damn.
At least I ain't say the.
They
Oh,
know Baker. That's what they call me by.
It's all my students know my first name.
They
That's
do?
because of adults saying my. You know how
No.
adults. Yo.
No,
I'm like,
we
bro.
go by last names in school. That's all they call me is Baker. Baker.
I know,
Baker.
but
I'm
you
cool
know,
with that.
adult. I always call teachers by their last name because I'm just.
So do we.
I always been that respectful, but some teachers just call you by your first name.
Yeah,
and
that's
I'm
the
like,
problem.
hello, I'm around kids.
That's the problem. But whatever. What was you about to say? To piggyback off of
Yeah,
Baker?
just to back off of you, I think a lot of teachers right now, even administrators, parents need. I'm gonna be honest, and this is just my opinion. Parents need to do a better job parenting, and it's important to hold your students accountable. I would not go out my way lying on a kid at all. I don't have time for it. I'm be honest. So if I'm calling you and telling you about your child, and your first thing is, what did X, Y, and Z did to my child? Because he don't do this, or he don't curse, or she don't do this. And I'm like,
What?
that's a lie. I don't have no, I have nothing against your child, and I wouldn't lie on your child. Well, somebody lying. I'm coming up there. You're coming up here to do, like, they're just be on guard about certain things. So I think it's very important to actually, when you have those parents that actually know the kids, they be like, yeah, I know he did that. I know, I know she did that. Those are the parents that be like, hey, Mr. I don't care. Hey, Mr. Young, like, hey, Mr. Young, I understand. So and so got a little frustrated and they cursed. Um, I'm gonna make sure they apologize, and I'm gonna make sure they are um a brand new person the next day. Those are parents I always appreciate because they know their kids. They know how sneaky they could be. They know their children. When you don't know your child, that shows me that you only know bits and pieces because you're out either at the club or hopping house to house. I don't know.
Or it could be a facade. A parent could not want to see their child like that, so they could say, "No, not my child." But at home, I'm not sure what you're going through. I don't know about the working aspect of it. I don't know if it's a single parent home or a double parent home or a whole family. I'm not sure. But we can't be optimistic with what our child goes through.
Right.
I know I had a fear of getting my parents called when I was in school. I was focused on trying to get straight A's and competing with that because I knew the consequences of if I failed something, what I would have to deal with. Letting my abuela down was not an option. So I knew that I feared that phone call home.
Right.
Kids don't fear that phone call home. And guess
They
what?
don't.
That's not my
And
place.
they'll
I
tell
do what
you,
I got. Right.
call.
Yep. Nothing gonna happen. I want to get suspended because I can stay home and play Roblox and steal people's stuff on Roblox. That's cool.
Yeah.
If that's you and that's the type of parenting that you got and you want to be on TikTok with your kids or you got a job and you can't take these phone calls because you work for a living, I'm perfectly fine with that. They just got to say the consequences like everybody else. With that being said, me personally, I feel like it's gonna be a good school year. I'm not going back and forth with no parents. I'm not going back and forth with no child. This is what happens. I get video footage with everything. So before I call a parent or the parent come up there, I let the child see exactly what was done, what they said, and what they did. And I said, now you can tell your mom, or your mom's gonna see this. So be 100% accountable and honest. And say what happened. Did you tell a teacher that she could suck your this and blah 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 and disrespect her and do something at her? Cause I'm about to show her this video, or you gonna tell her? And then the kids have to show, oh yeah, mom, that's what happened. And then I work with them because it's not all about suspensions. Suspensions don't do
Right.
nothing.
It just keeps them
it,
home.
exactly. It damages a
Yeah.
household. It does. I get that. So I'm willing to work with you, but just take full accountability. And you could do this community service. You could do these lunch detentions, at the school detentions. You could write 100 times. I will not disrespect the teacher. Get that signed, and we will be able to move forward from there. But I'm going to have a good school year. I'm going to have an even greater season 3. So the next episode, we should have some guests on there, and we're going to work on that. We're going to come up with some more topics, some hot, juicy topics. He like to be messy. I'm not doing all of that. We got Cardi B and my the drama. Yes.
It's crazy because he the messiest person in the group text.
Oh, no. I talk shit and I start shit. Because it's funny to me to see people go, but I don't be messy like, oh, I heard this, that. I don't care for all of that. But I'm going to say how Siani was talking shit about Moo yesterday, and Moo ain't know about that. I'm going to, well, Moo, now you know about it. Like stuff like that. Yeah, I will talk about that. Or we could talk about DR, because we all going to do a confessional, so you going to see how I feel. But no, Cardi B, amazing album. David, if you did it, God bless you, sir. If you didn't, God bless you, sir. Eagles, keep doing what you're supposed to do. Dame Dash, don't even comment on this because I don't need that negative attention, brother. You probably try to get us killed. Because what he say,
allegedly,
I will fuck you up. Shut up, Dame Dash. Charlamagne probably couldn't fight. Who knows?
He probably knocked his teeth out.
All right. Season 3 started off with a bang. In case you missed it. In case you missed us, I'm happy to be back. Philly Podcast Space. We do need some sponsors. We're going to work on that. And next time, maybe Eric will come dressed, like he actually cares about being in front of the millions and millions of
look, I'm going to dress how I dress. I ain't oppressing y'all. No. This is actually a good lay today. It's chill.
You were at the school?
Yes.
Yeah,
I worked at the school. We don't have there. In the school district of Philadelphia, teachers do not have
lucky him, I got to wear slacks
uniform.
and shirts.
We have no dress code.
Or I get in trouble.
You're at a charter school, so
I'm not trying to dress and impress. I just had a reason to get dressed, and this was the vision that went in my head, and I wanted to go with it.
And it was a great vision.
Haven't worn these in probably 4 years, so I just wanted to put them on.
There's gonna be days where I'm flashy.
Mm,
You know.
meh,
Eh,
meh.
eh.
All right. Well, appreciate y'all. Anything else you want to do as we close out?
Nope.
Hold on 1 second.
Oh,
Not getting a.
we didn't even do our handshake.
Hold on. I know. We could do that right now, real quick. What'd you say?